NFC West, gentlemen, however you'd like to decorate us with your opinions.
You can
All
take
right.
this one, right?
Cool. So NFC West, pull it up. So San Francisco, 12-5, got them as the overall number one seed. Pretty high in the Rams, I think, because of how they ended last season. But I think they can find a way to go 10-7 for the LA Rams. Seattle going 8-9, and then Arizona 5-12.
Are these official predictions from your team, or is this just you?
Yeah, no, we had them spot on.
Okay,
I
great.
didn't differ
So,
at all from the NFC West, to be honest.
12-5
The only
for the
thing,
49ers, 10-7 for the Rams,
Yep,
the
8-9 for
Rams,
Seattle.
8-9 for Seattle, and the Cards
Yep.
are what?
5-12.
5-12. Wow. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
the only thing I questioned was the Rams, but I had them at 9-8, and I was okay with going to 10-7, just because I could see them winning 11 more than I could see them winning 8. You know what I mean? With McVay as coach,
I always liked
Stafford as
McVay better.
quarterback.
And
That's
honestly,
one of the top 10 quarterback coach combinations in the league. So to me, having them with a losing record was tough.
And to explain my reasoning, and then, I mean, if there's anybody that I've been irrationally loved, not just on the show, but just in general since he's been in the league, it's Matthew Stafford. I'm a big Matt Stafford guy. I wanted him here after Brady. You know, the tape on that. I love Matt Stafford. I think that Matt Stafford is an awesome quarterback. I'm glad that he finally got a Super Bowl a few years back. So yeah, I think with him being healthy, obviously another season of Cooper Kupp being who he's been, the ascension of Puka Nacua. Kyron Williams is running back. Like they have pieces there offensively that would keep them in games. So yeah, I think that if they're healthy, yeah, they can figure it out and reel off a number of wins. Once again, they won the games last year. Towards the end, they shouldn't have won at all with the loss. Obviously, losing the greatest lineman of our generation by far, Aaron Donald, is going to be an issue.
Did the greatest lineman maybe ever leave? Is that going to be tough for them?
Yeah, just a little bit,
It's just like a minor. I mean, listen, they're going to be great, but there's just a minor little thing that happens.
Just
the best lineman of all time left.
Just
fucking made in a lab, fucking defensive tackle that's propped up their defense to the last decade.
Right.
Not there
20
anymore.
sacks at D tackle.
No big deal. No big fucking deal.
Insane. So obviously, it's obviously going to be lineman by committee there for sure until they find somebody.
I believe in McVay to figure it out. I'm just fucking around.
Yeah, no. That's a super valid reaction because of what he's meant to that organization.
I mean, I've never seen anybody like him personally.
No, he's unreal. I mean, once again, for the era before us, well, I mean, it's not era when we were kids, but you think about the Reggie Whites, the Gilbert Browns, Strahans of the world, Bruce Smiths, to me, he clears a lot of those guys. And once again, those guys are all Hall of Famers.
I think it's undisputed that he's athletically the number one on the defensive line in the trenches. I don't think that's a conversation that anyone should ever have again. It's like if you want to do LeBron versus Jordan, you can, but like athletically, you give it to LeBron every single time. Like you just have to.
Yeah.
Conversation's just fucking stupid, right? So yeah.
Right. So yeah, he got everything he wanted out the game. He won a Super Bowl, got a lot of money. Came out of there with his health. Like he's good, right? So kudos to him. But yeah, like I said, I think offensively, because of how strong I think they can be offensively and healthy, they can find a way to scrap up 10 wins. But like I said, I'm like I said, my reasoning, like I said, I'm high on Matt Stafford. Always have been, always will be. So he retires.
That's why I gave it to you. Matthew Stafford was the reason for me.
Yeah.
I think that McVay took away. I mean, you guys remember me banging the drum of Matt Stafford getting traded down there. The change of scenery stuff, the vibes are obviously good, but I was so banging the drum of like when you pressure him, like when you get to him, because I played him twice a year for like the whole first part of his career.
Right.
When you pressure him, like we always were able to get in his face, and like just if you don't let him get him in a rhythm, he can't hurt you. If you don't let him get in a rhythm, he can't hurt you. That's like kind of true of Aaron Rodgers too. Even in his prime, the problem was you couldn't stop him from getting in a rhythm if you wanted to. So like that was the issue. So, but with Stafford, you could just sort of bundle him a little bit. And I think McVay just like tweaked that. Like, I think he just got him some simple passes that like got him out of certain situations to like get him back into the game rhythmically. I think McVay saw that. And it was the thing that made me respect, like, obviously there's a litany and a list of things you should talk about when you talk about Sean McVay. Like, there's some frauds, I think, that have come out of that Shanahan, like, coaching tree. There's some people that you're like, all right. But a lot of them are really good fucking coaches, if we're being honest. And I think McVay is probably the shining example. And I think that, I think the one argument for a possible fraud might also have the name Shanahan. But anyway, it's the thing is that McVay's a good coach. And I really enjoyed watching him fix the last couple of things that Matt Stafford needed fixing away from my division. Because I was always like nervous there it was going to happen there. But then the Lions got good anyway because it was like the most amicable, good for both sides trade ever. So yeah, I like the Rams too. I'm not super disagreeing with you on any of those picks, to be totally honest with you. I guess, Mike, do you have any questions about their picks in this division? I don't have a ton of notes. I was pretty much right along with them.
Yeah. What did you have Seattle at? What was your final tally?
I see how we had Seattle 8.
I mean, I think that's a little high just because we talked about this last week about the post Pete Carroll
Point
era,
differential.
But, I mean,
yeah, it's bad. Pete Carroll's good, and like they had like a minus 35 point differential on games that they won like more games than they lost, I think, last year, or like we're right thereabouts, like maybe just under 500. So it's like they scrape by in some games. You could see it, and like in the post Pete Carroll era. But I mean, they have them on a losing record, so they have 7 covered. I mean, I could see 6 for Seattle though.
Yeah, I mean, I just think they're a little bit better than Arizona, which is why I had that such a drop off. We had that drop off with them being 5-12, and then Seattle winning 8. Once again, 7-10 is definitely in play. But once again, I'm high on Kenny Walker. Obviously, Locke has been there for a long time in that system. Geno Smith has been serviceable out there. Once again, we don't know where he's going to be going into this season, but obviously they still got baby Megatron and then DK Metcalf. So they still have guys that can make noise out there. Once again, I don't think they make the playoffs. So sorry to my homegirl Asia that listens to this, but she's a big Seahawks fan. But I don't think they make it. But like I said, they'll win some games they're not supposed to win. But ultimately, like I said, they're still going to be under 500 at season's end.
Yeah, I could see it. Yeah. I mean, under 500, it's just a matter of like where you're going to put them under 500. All right, boys. Well, the final division in the division prediction game. Before we get into our superlatives, I think Mike and Bobby are currently in the midst of a fantasy football draft as we go through these next couple. So I'll take the lead on this one here, just so Mike can concentrate, not getting fucking butt fucked on both sides in this one. I hope, Mike.
Don't you worry, DK. I can multitask. That's why I have a lazy eye. I can see both screens at the same time.
I've never noticed.
Same here.
Never noticed. It's you look great on camera.